Hi everyone, I'm Apache. I'm going to be running Metal Gear Solid 1 Easy Any Percent. I'm with Mockingjay, who is my girlfriend, and I'm with Mr. Silentvid, who is not my girlfriend. So I'm just going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm on the wrong disc. This is a great start.
That's what it is.
So when it loads up the game, sometimes you'll load into this too. If that's what you were playing on last, that's what you'll get. So.
I've done that loads.
Yeah. Common mistake. Normally, if you're going for PB attempt, you just restart your whole run because it'll mess with your timer a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry about that. So Metal Gear Solid 1, I'm playing it on the PlayStation TV because it has the best loads. But it's the original game. I'm playing the integral version because it allows you to skip a two-minute cutscene near the end of the game. It's the only version that lets you skip it. So just starting out in the docks. Here I'm just on a timer, waiting for the elevator to come down. During this time I'm just going to kill the guards and hopefully farm rations off them. If not, there's yeah, of course.
Raichu MGS donated $10. Good luck Apache, MGSR and Lime City is rooting for you.
Yeah.
Show this game who's boss. Don't forget to scream like a barbarian when you infinite liquid.
So yeah, I'll talk about the liquid infinite later, but hopefully I'll get it. So if you get an alert here, it really doesn't make a difference. As long as it's not as the elevator is coming down or when it's going in its sequence when it's about to come down, because then you can lose time. But apart from that, it's fine. And thanks, Raichu, I really appreciate it. So I'm just going to wait at the top here to mug this guard off when he comes down the elevator. And I'll put my ration on as well, just for safety.
And you don't need to answer the call.
Yeah, you don't need to answer the call. So yeah, any percent. There's two categories for Metal Gear Solid. There's any percent and all bosses. Off the top of my head, there's 10 bosses in the game, and I want to say we skip 7 of them in any percent, but that might be completely wrong. So we skip Ocelot, Ninja, Psycho Mantis, Wolf 1, Wolf 2. Am I missing any?
Raven?
Tank.
Well,
no,
tank,
we kill Raven.
Tank.
Raven will be the first boss we actually fight.
Yeah.
So a lot of stupidity coming, but I really just want to appreciate the amount of work that people have put into this game to be able to make this route possible. It can't have been easy, but it's been around for some years now.
Yeah. Those guards, is it RNG when they drop the Russians?
Yeah, I think it's 50%
sure.
chance. So did we get one off? We didn't get any off either
No.
of them. No, so RNG. Hopefully that's the bad RNG gone, and we get the good RNG now.
Yeah.
So here I can't do anything until this elevator comes down. When it comes down, I'm going to try and knock at the right time, so I can just run past the guard. So hopefully that worked. Yeah. So when he's coming down the elevator, he can't actually, even though we run past him, he can't see us because he's still inside of the elevator. So I'm going to skip some cutscenes here. We'll get Mei-Ling to wink at us because Snake's so good with women that in a first chance meeting with Mei-Ling, she's very attracted to him. And he is a handsome guy. Even on the PlayStation graphics, he's pretty handsome.
Yeah. But yeah, mashing these codecs is actually a pain.
Yeah, I think it's like 30% of the any percent route is mashing codecs. So if you don't have the dexterity for it, like I have bad wrists, so I might just go for a little cry afterwards once I finish the run.
And isn't it faster on English rather than
Yeah,
Japanese?
it's slightly faster on English. So with Integral, you can play in English or Japanese, but the audio is always in English. But there is a Japanese version of the PlayStation 1 game, which is in Japanese as well, but you don't get that with Integral. So I equip the chaff straight away because Snake runs faster when he's told. Oh, this is not good, guys. I meant to quick throw the guard, but instead I wasted a chaff grenade. So I'm not going to use one when I get into this next room. You can use a chaff to distract the guard, or you can knock. So right there, I was meant to quick throw the guard, but it's unfortunate. The game will distract you wherever it gets a moment to tell you what you're doing. It's kind of like that scene from Rick and Morty where he's like, I know how to crawl in a tube. I promise you that's the last Rick and Morty reference I will make during this run. So we're just going to follow the rats into this main area.
But yeah, you do need to keep an eye on like how much chaffs you have
Yeah, we
and
use
Russians and stuff.
Yeah, we use a ton of them. So, chaff grenades. I feel like a lot of this route is lobbing chaff grenades around to avoid gun turrets. They're not as good as in Metal Gear Solid 2. In Metal Gear Solid 2, you can prevent the guards from calling in an alert, but unfortunately, they're not that good in this game. But they do have a use. So here, I'm just going to wait for this guard a little bit, and then I'm going to run over and knock here.
What was that noise?
You always double tap for elevators unless you get a
Well,
unless you
that
get a
was
fast one.
but yeah. You can also chuck a chaff at the box, but
yeah,
either or.
I didn't want to waste one since I accidentally threw one.
Yeah,
I didn't want to waste another one. So normally you would go up, crawl an event, and meet the DARP chief, but on the any % route, we're going to completely ignore that and go over to this vent here, turn around a little bit. Sorry, I missed it. And then we're going to go out of bounds. So now that we're in out of bounds, we can hit the load zone that's behind the higher level door. So this door over here, which is strategically placed, will skip around something like 30 minutes of the game. We're all the way up to the torch sequence now.
Yep. It's a pretty big skip,
Yeah,
probably the biggest, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. Normally you would have to go all the way to Wolf 1, then go back to Wolf, kill Wolf, and then you get captured and put in the cell. So it does skip a really large portion of the game.
Do you know how that was figured out?
By some geniuses. I'm not like a glitch hunter myself, but I really do appreciate the work that people put into finding this stuff.
I don't know how they would even think about finding that.
They enjoy looking for it, I guess. If I look in first-person view here, when the codec lands, it will take me out of first-person view, which makes it easier to react to. So you can get it like a few frames earlier. So I'll do that a few times for the codecs. Whenever Naomi is involved in a codec, it's always a long one. So if you see her face, it's a long codec. So I'm waiting for... Johnny's going to go to the toilet and I'm going to hide under the bed. This is a real game. I'm going to hide under the bed, and once he's noticed that I'm missing, I'm going to come out, and that skips the section where he falls asleep, and then I'm going to try and annoy him as much as possible.
That's better.
So when he comes back, as soon as he notices me, I'll crawl out from under the bed. And then you can either punch or knock to prevent him from sneezing. The first one's scripted, so he'll always do that. But now I'm just going to make him say shut up, which prevents him from sneezing and makes this area a little bit faster.
I didn't know you could do that. I thought you had to bang on the...
You can also knock.
Yeah.
Anything that's making him tell me to shut up works.
Shut up in there, will you?
Pit Snake is absolutely ripped.
Shut up in there, will you? Shut up.
So now we're going to get taken to the torch chamber. There's two endings. One where you survive the torture, and that means Meryl survives, and you escape with her, or you can escape with Otacon. And Otacon is much faster because you just give up on the first frame you can, and it lets you out the torture a lot quicker.
I find that Meryl's actually hard, like trying to save Meryl, like surviving the torture.
Yeah.
Is pretty. You have to mash.
Yeah, it's a difficult torch sequence, and I don't think my wrist can take it, to be honest with you. Plus, I want the time save.
I'll have my fun with her before I go.
Ocelot is super dark in this game.
Look at yourself in the mirror, my friend.
Like, he's doing it, and he's like, hope you can still look at yourself. Like, you're killing her. He's missing a hand there. We didn't get to see the part, but
yeah, we skipped that with the vent glitch.
Yeah, during the first fight with Ocelot, the ninja appears and slices his hand off. So,
Yeah, I caught a cold. That witch.
this point, it doesn't matter if you punch or you knock or anything. It won't speed it up.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him to go to the toilet, right?
Yeah. So we're just waiting for him to go to the toilet, so Otacon can come with stealth camouflage and bring us some ketchup. Again, this is really what happens.
Shut up in there, will you? Shut up in there, will you? Shut up.
It's not going to save any time, but I just like to annoy him anyway.
Also, that's a DARPA chief.
Yeah.
Just chilling in the corner.
He's somewhat decomposing at this point.
Nice.
Those 1 pixel things, I think, are maggots. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Look at this how much grossness in one image. Great game. Great game.
He looks like a Barbie doll. But
No, he does not. He looks like the
Ken
hero of
doll.
Shadow Moses.
Look at how ripped he is, though. It's like a Barbie doll that's ripped.
Here comes Archon. You can sort of see him. He's in stealth camouflage. Can bring us the much needed catch-up so we can advance the plot.
Where?
So what do you do here? Do you knock him out?
So I'm going to go into like a specific position on the floor. So when he opens the door, when I stand up, I'm going to be in position to just choke him immediately. So we're going to use the ketchup to make it like a pool of blood underneath us, so the guard will think we're dead. I'll put the card here as well. So if you put your legs in the door like that, when he opens the door, you'll stand up and you'll be able to grab him as soon as possible. And now we can leave. Unfortunately, our stuff is just outside. And I think it refills your rations as well when you pick your stuff up. Re-equip the chaff because we need that so we can move quickly and try and avoid the gun turrets. This next room is the Armory. It's deceptively hard, in my opinion. Yeah. B2. So if I get seen at all, I'll probably just reset the room. I'm going to quick throw this guard. Nope, seen. In fact, I'm going to pick up the PSG-1 and then reset the room by running into Ocelot's room, hopefully. Because there's a room here where we fought Ocelot earlier, and leaving and going back will get rid of an alert. So I just stood a little bit too close to the guard. I think it's this way. I normally just reset the room, to be honest with you.
So yeah, this is easy. Is it because there is very easy, but
On very easy, the difference is you get an unlimited ammo MP5, and it doesn't actually save that much time. It will save a few seconds here and there. The other thing is it's timed RTA, so you don't get a score screening very easy.
Yeah.
So the run just ends when you hit the whiteout at the end. There's a mine on the ground here, and if it hits me, it can just one-shot kill me. So hopefully I'll avoid it. Yeah. So there's two claymores, and you have to run through the middle of them. And yeah, because of the way damage works, claymores can do like different amounts of damage to you depending on where the blast hits you. And because your health is so small at the moment, because we haven't done any of the boss fights, your health is really small. It'll go up for the first time here because it thinks you've beat the tank now. So there is actually levels in this game, so RPG limit break, please accept me. So every time you beat a boss, you rank up all the way up to Raven. But because we don't actually fight any of those bosses, if we hit the room, it will just assume the boss is dead and it needs to level us up.
So yeah, this room's dangerous because if you get an alert, it just gas fills the room, and yeah,
you're dead. It doesn't matter
much.
what difficulty you're on. If you get seen in this room, you die. So hopefully I'm just going to get to the top of these stairs. And then when that guard turns around, I'm going to just quick throw him and get on with it. If you stand too close to a guard when you quick throw, they can sometimes get an alert. They see you even like when you're behind them. So we're just heading for the first tower climb. Before I go, I'm going to pick up the Nikita. Normally you'd use the remote controlled missile to get to Ninja, but I'm going to use it to blow up a crane. It's just a little bit safer than using a grenade, a little bit more marathon friendly. So now we're going to fight Psycho Mantis. And we did it. Good fight. So because the story flags are set later in the game, When we hit these boss rooms, it just thinks, you know, you've already beaten this boss. Better rank you up. And for any animal fans, I might punch a dog here. Sorry.
Stop hating animals, Jay.
There's actually a vent glitch, well not a vent glitch, but a glitch there, right?
Yeah, so you can unload the room. I didn't even need to do that, I just did it on purpose. So you can like do the same what you did with the vents, get out of bounds, but to get into the area faster, and it unloads the area, and it's a little bit hard to see, so I prefer to just not do that.
You can also equip the scarf, so the dogs don't...
This is Wolf 1, by the way. And we won. No, I've only got like one more of them, I promise. Yeah, you can equip the scarf, which is Sniper Wolf Scarf that Otacon gives you, and it has ascent on it, which makes the dogs friendly to you. But you lose time, it's quicker to just jab them. See, Naomi again, massive codec every time. I'm going to pick up some PSG-1 ammo here, and I need to use this ammo before I get to Wolf 2, because if I have ammo in my sniper rifle, it'll soft lock the game. So there is planned for that ammo, so that shouldn't happen. I'm going to use a grenade here because I'm going to try and do like a cutscene skip. It's a little bit tricky. I tend to blow myself up occasionally doing it, but should be fine. I think that's going to hit me. Nope. So if you throw a grenade in, it blows up like that. Normally a cutscene plays if you just run through the door, but because I threw the grenade and it exploded, it skips that cutscene. It also gives me a head start on the 2 guards that are chasing me. So now we're just going to go up an endless staircase.
He's got good stamina, innit?
Yeah. I'll be done after the first flight. So I'm just going to try and throw guards around and hopefully not get shot too much.
Yeah, this part's pretty tricky. You can also chuck stun grenades as well. But yeah, mostly just chucking the guards.
Do you have to count how many stairs you go up?
No, there's numbers on there's numbers like on each flight, so you can just about see it there.
Oh,
so you know roughly where you are. And sometimes you can throw and get hit at the same time, so that's always fun. What I'm doing is I'm holding an item to make myself run faster, and to throw I have to unequip it, and then when I re-equip it, it cancels the end lag of the throw, so you move a little bit faster. It's a little bit tricky to get used to, but it'll save you a ton of time. So if I have to use a ration, I will, but when I get to the top of the tower, it will refill my health, so if I can get away with not using one, I won't, but I also don't want to die because it'll put me to the bottom. So this is a bit tricky. The Usain Bolt guard is like super fast, so I could sense it. Sometimes that guard appears, sometimes he doesn't. Right, we're marathon safety. So the quick guard will just run up and boot you if you don't turn and throw him. But I was at an awkward time with the next guards appearing as well, so don't shoot me, bro. Right, cool. We got to the top without without having to use a ration, because it's going to refill our health now for the rappel.
Yeah, also you don't want to forget the rope at the beginning.
Yeah, so I always open the door and then equip the rope. You need the rope to get down. You're going nowhere without it. But it allows me to just skip the cutscene and hold forward, so I can just get on the onto the rappel quickly. There's a little trick here where you can jump off before the codec comes in, so it's a little bit faster. So you're going to get like a mandatory codec at the start, but I want to get onto the next floor down before it comes in. So the codec's come in and now we can answer that. There's a specific pattern that I'm going to go for on this rappel. If you get shot, it kind of messes it up. So we're going to go for like a Geronimo leap here. So I was just waiting for him to fire a little bit before I went down.
That does not look comfortable.
Well, abseiling while getting shot by a helicopter, yeah.
Like, by each wall, yeah.
I bet it's not. I'm going to use a ration here for safety because there's just one I'm going to pick up like almost immediately after and refill my rations. This is where I'm going to use the sniper ammo, so it kind of just lines up with that guard. Once you shoot that guard, the 2 will run off and gives you a chance to throw a stun grenade. If any of these guys shoot you here, it immediately just knocks you away. So, like, you don't want to be getting fired at as you're running towards them.
Yeah, you can YOLO it and like try and dodge the fire, but
Yeah.
it's just risky.
You can. I'm good. I'll go for safety personally. But yeah, I emptied the clip there. I've just got to count these there. Sorry, do you want to explain the weapon glitch? This is complicated.
Yeah, weapon glitch. I don't really know how it works. I mean, you need to damage yourself while you're prone, and you need to.
This is a great
Equip.
explanation.
It's so complicated. I did this on purpose to him. I don't really
Yeah,
understand
you explain
it
it.
either.
Go on.
Okay, so I'm going to take a bit of damage, and then I'm going to unequip, go into first person, and then spam the directions, and hopefully when I equip the stinger, it doesn't do that. So I'm going to try and set it up again. This time. I've never missed it this many times.
You jinxed yourself.
Yeah, a little bit. So I've got to take damage and then unequip on a certain frame. This should be fine. Yeah, so essentially I need to be holding the stinger while Snake is looking like he's holding a grenade. When I pull the detonator for the chaff grenade, it's going to remove the stinger from my inventory. Then, because it's not in my inventory anymore, a cutscene won't play. Oh no. I don't know why that happened. Did I do it with the grenade? Definitely could have died there. Anyway, the stinger's out of my inventory now. I'm not 100% sure why it works. I just know it does work. If you don't have a stinger in your inventory as you go past that section I just went past, the game won't play a cutscene which will allow you to go all the way to the top of the tower, which we need to unload so we can... I'm just going to wait a sec. Didn't wait long enough. When we load the tower back up after we get to the top, it's so complicated. Let me start from the beginning. Metal Gear. No. Essentially, because we've broken the game, we've going out of bounds, getting the high level door early. At that section, a cutscene should play with Otacon, and then you go in the elevator. But we're not doing that. We're going to essentially unload the tower and then travel down to the bottom. I've still not explained it correctly. It's just so complicated.
Basically, we skip the hind fight.
Yeah, we're doing all this so we can avoid the hind fight. And that's one of the bosses I forgot.
Yeah, the hind, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Save me.
Noops donated $5. Stream 2 squad, let's go. Quietly, good luck to all the runners. Tasty donated $20. Shout out to Apache, future Time Splitters 2 co-op world record holder.
Yes, Adam. So I tried to throw a chaff grenade perfectly on the third staircase so I can get past both sets of cameras for one chaff grenade, which would be nice because I've wasted more of them than I'd like to. If you think my weapons glitch explanation was bad, just wait for my getting on the boxes glitch explanation. So we want that chaff to go off just as we run past the gun turret. That means it should let us pass both for one. Now, we've unloaded the tower, so when we get to the bottom, there is some boxes, and we need to get on top of these boxes. To do that, there's a specific part of Snake's walk animation that will let us get on top of them. There's a few ways to set it up. Some of them are better than others, but I'm sort of like to go like this and hope for the best. So yeah, now we're at the bottom of the tower, and we can go to the Wolf 2 fight.
That was a great
I can't believe that
explanation.
worked quick. I can't believe that worked. So yeah, there's really good setups for it, but when I do the setups, I tend to run over the boxes. If you run over the boxes and end up on the other side, you have to kill yourself and reset the room, run all the way back down the stairs again. The Wolf 2 fight, we're going to do the weapon glitch again, and that's going to let us get past an invisible barrier and beat Wolf 2. We can't beat her normally because we don't actually have the sniper rifle. Or where the game is right now, we shouldn't like have the sniper rifle, and it's much faster to just do it this way anyway. So yeah, we got it first time that time. So when you do the weapon glitch to the sniper rifle, it still thinks Snake is led on the ground, but we can get up and walk around. If we walk past that barrier, the game just assumes the fight is over.
Yeah, and now we need to go back up to get the stinger.
Yeah, because we deleted the stinger from our inventory with that amazing weapons glitch that I explained to you perfectly, we still need a stinger because we need it to defeat Metal Gear Rex. And we don't have it because we deleted it, so we've got to run all the way back up just to pick it up.
We're going back up them stairs again.
No, this time we can take the lift, it's fine. So the lift works now, didn't work before. I'm going to pick up some grenades here as well. And I think I'm going to go pick up the ration when we get to the furnace, if I remember. No, I'll get the safety one at Raven, it's fine. So we're going to pick up some extra grenades here. We need those to beat Raven, which we will definitely do legitimately. There'll be no trickery involved. A weird thing about grenades in this game is if there's like a cutscene or you're doing something like a lift, they won't detonate. So I'll just throw that there, and the detonator on it is paused, and it just times it better for getting past this camera down here.
And
Well,
now we're almost on this too, which is nice.
I knew it. I just knew it. I swapped to the ration and I thought it's going to hit me. And I was like, no, I'm fine.
Close.
How unfortunate is that? All I had to do to avoid that was use the ration, by the way. So I'm just going to do that now. I have played this game before, I swear. So now I've used it, I'll probably get all the way to the end without it firing. That's just the way it goes. It's just like, you just know. So we're going to head towards Dis 2 now. Normally you would just go in there straight after the Wolf 2 fight. Oh yeah, I'm going to wait.
Okay.
It's all planned, it's all for the comedy. So we can swap discs now with the PS TV. It's obviously a digital copy. The IGT is paused during this section as well. For a while, a few people thought that that you could manipulate the IGT during this section, but then they actually checked their findings and it just wasn't true at all. But it was interesting when everyone thought there might be a way to lower the IGT because there's nothing like that in the game at the moment. So I'll use the Nikita here. If I throw a stun grenade behind a door, I won't get an alert. But if I'd just thrown it into the room normally, the alert would have gone off. It makes this section a little bit more annoying.
Bloody hell, that's a big gun, isn't it?
Yeah, remote controlled launcher. It's a lot easier to hit the grenade, the crane with. You can throw a grenade at it, but you have to work out its position and then change where you throw it based on that. It's a lot easier to just shoot the remote controlled missile at it.
Then you're gonna come out of the room now, go back in
Yes.
to make the lift just automatically come to the top. Otherwise, you have to wait quite a while.
Yeah, it takes ages. You just sort of stand
Yeah.
there waiting for it, like.
Now this section is free guards. You're gonna initially take damage. So
Yeah,
you have
so I'm gonna
iframes,
get the iframes at the start. I like to hold the menu just to buffer it.
Nice.
Good. And then I'll swap to the grenade. You can't use the Nikita in the next area. I'm super low on rations as well. I'm gonna just have to YOLO Raven. There's
I mean, there is a ration at the top right, but it's a bit.
and there's
other way.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah.
This is why we skip bosses, because we're bad at fighting them legit. Please add an hour to my estimate. So, part of the fun of Metal Gear Solid 1 is it likes to break up the flow of gameplay by giving you really long codecs. You always get them on the cargo elevator and the particularly long ones. So I'm just going to hold in first person, so it'll take me out of first person and get the codec a little bit early. A lot of tension before the Raven fight.
You can do it with the Nikita, right? The Raven fight.
Yeah.
But it's slower? Or
No, it's probably fine. I'm just not sure how.
ah.
But I might have to find out on the spot. No, we should be fine. We should, with that ration and the top ration, we should
Yeah,
be
it'll
fine.
be fine.
That's 3, so.
But yeah, normally if you're low on grenades, there is C4 as well in the corner.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, 12 grenades is plenty. I think it's like, what, 8 or 6?
Yeah, I think it's 8. Off the top of my head, it's 8. So the Raven fight, first fight we do legitimately. First, I'm going to get a. I'm going to get a ration out the top corner of the room just because I'm slightly short and I don't want to have to reset the fight. I'd rather do it this way and hopefully get it right first time.
I didn't seem that far out.
So what we're going to do is just stand on him, and every time we stand up, we're going to prime a grenade. When he hits us, it will drop it. And every time we get to low on life, it will just use a ration. See, it was fine.
Nice.
I don't know what you were worried for. And then we get our final level up. Hopefully get the codec frame 1. Nope. So if you mash select there, you can sometimes get the codec without it even coming up. So Master Miller's telling us that Naomi is a spy here, and he's definitely a trustworthy guy, so we should listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, he looks it.
Yeah, 100% trustworthy. I'm going to put the chaff grenade on here. So I've got 1, but unfortunately I'm going to pick some up, so. The chaff grenade just lets us take a better line in this room. It's full of gun turrets. And first time into Rex's room. Not Ray. Yeah, Ray. And the game is going to break us up with some codecs here. So Otacon will just keep calling us, telling us how good he is at hacking and stuff. He says Baker's files, and he's like, oh, there are ways. At one point, he snake. I'll show you in a second. But best bit. So we're going to give us one more codec after this, and it's the best one, in my opinion. So he says, are you a hacker? And then his glasses like shine for a second. It's great. So the game sort of gives the illusion that there's no guards around and stuff, and then right before the end here, they just put 1 guard. So the first time playing it kind of scares you, but.
And now you're gonna unequip the chaff real fast. like stutter step or skate step, what we're gonna call it.
Yeah, so
So it silence your footsteps.
yeah, if you're walking
much.
over some of the floors are loud, like the grated floors. If you unequip and re-equip, Snake sort of like skates on one foot, and it completely silences your footsteps. So I suppose it's like a glitch, I guess, unintended effect. I'm gonna hold the menu here to buffer it a little bit. It's unfortunate getting shot there. I don't normally get shot, but it's better than being knocked over. So we had a PAL card, which is used to deactivate Metal Gear Rex, but unfortunately it's now fallen to the bottom of this area and been eaten by a rat, and now we have to go hunt the rat with a stinger.
What?
So the rat is completely RNG where its spawn position is. So we're just hoping it's in a good place. If not, we're gonna be waiting for it.
Also, you want to make sure you hit him, otherwise he
It
goes
runs back
around
in.
in tunnels and stuff and hides.
But not to worry, guys, because in practice I only missed him 3 times.
But yeah, you can actually see where the rat is, like looking for the stinger. So yeah, he's not there.
He's there.
Nice.
So if I get this rat here, it's a fast rat. If I miss him, it's not.
I can't even see.
So I wanted to shoot the wall to hit him with splash damage there. That's a pretty fast rat for how long, you know, it can take. Can't complain at that. Oh. Keep forgetting to re-equip a weapon.
I think the best RNG is just in the front here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he's in that little, where I look down the stairs, if he's there, that's like the best you can hope for, really.
Also, these ladders are a pain to climb. You just end up punching.
Yeah.
Like the triggers are really small.
Yeah, sometimes you'll do a nice punch-punch-kick combo instead of getting on the ladder. Because they made punch and use the same button. So the PAL key is used to deactivate Metal Gear Rex, because Metal Gear Rex is obviously active right now. We need to deactivate it. First, it's apparently a memory shape alloy, and so it responds to heat. So the first one is just normal, we just put it in there, and then we'll need to cool the card down and then heat the card up, and it also has to be activated in order. As long as you're quick here, it doesn't matter if the camera sees you, as long as you hit the computer. And again, you can get seen as long as you get out of the room. Again, that's another room that, you know, if you have an alert in there, it fills with gas and you die.
But yeah, we just use the regular PAL key, so now we need to get the cold, frozen PAL key. So you have to go back to the room where we fought Raven and just wait for a bit. How long is it?
It's one minute. I normally make like 1:05, but I'll just use the timer up there to time it.
So yeah, this section is just pretty much back and forth, getting the different.
I mean, it's been put in there to artificially extend the game's timer, and then in Twin Snakes, which was the GameCube remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, they actually just have pipes which you can shoot, which will instantly make the card the temperature you want it. No such luck in this game, but to be fair, I think I'd pick this over Twin Snakes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Twin Snakes fans. But if you fancied learning Metal Gear Solid 1, any percent, there is a full guide on how to do it. You've just gone to Metal Gear Speedrunners Wikipedia.
And there's Discord as well.
And yeah, absolutely.
And the
join
community is
Discord.
great. Like everyone's helped me out when I was learning the game.
Because as soon as you see someone running, we're like, look, there's a guy running. Quick, help him. tell him to push the elevator twice. No, but it is pretty easy to pick up, right?
Yeah.
The route is, there's a lot of videos out there showing you how to do different sections. Obviously, Plywood has done. He's got a YouTube channel full of videos on how to play this game better. I'm just watching the timer for some of the cards. So in each room, I have to wait a minute. I have to wait for the card to go blue. And I'll be able to see it in my inventory when it's gone blue, so I'll double check it.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no way to like glitch the card or like skip this part.
Yet.
Yet, yeah.
I want to believe. I must have looked at the wrong time when I came out. So now it's blue. We can take it back and put it in the computer. I don't know how Mr. Kojima comes up with these things, but gotta respect it. I love this game, so gotta respect it.
But yeah, you're playing on PS TV because faster loads, and I think there's less lag as well. Pretty
Yeah,
sure
I
on
mean,
console there's like bits of lag, like when you're going up the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's not really any lag that will kind of like hinder your gameplay. It is the fastest way to play. You know, if you could pick anything, if you could just choose what you're going to run on, PlayStation TV with Metal Gear Solid Integral is the fastest. But the emulator you can get respectable times on. PlayStation 2 with fast disk speed. I think you just want to avoid running on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
For some reason, you know, loads are crazy slow on that. And don't use a PAL copy either. Like, the PAL copy is horrendously slow. Thought I'd missed it then. Just got it. And now we have to go back to the furnace to make the card hot. Just dip it in the furnace for a minute and we'll be on our way. So from what all the cutscenes and codecs are pointing towards is an idea that Metal Gear Rex, which is the mech that we're currently stood on, is active and it's capable of firing nuclear weapons. There's a terrorist plot. They want $30 billion. There remains a big boss. Is it 1 billion in this? Might be 30 billion or 1 billion. Can't remember, but
yeah.
They want a guy's corpse and a lot of money, or they're going to use their mech to fire missiles. Again, that really is the story.
But yeah, the PC version of this game, broken, right?
Yeah, absolutely broken. Yeah, so console and PC are separated because on the PC, the port that they made allows you to become completely invincible, go all kinds of out of bounds, like even more than this. It's ridiculous. So there is like they're obviously separated, and it's a completely different run. Ooh, nearly ran into a guard. That would have been not good. Yeah, so we have to go back to the furnace. It's going to make us go back up both cargo elevators again, which, you know, gives plenty of time to give us more codecs and stuff. So that's what we talked about before. Sometimes you just do a combo trying to press the button.
Also, when you're skipping cutscenes, like you'll end up crouching after the cutscene.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
That's why I like to use menus to buffer it, because otherwise you just end up like prone on the floor. Because instead of mashing X to skip cutscenes, you hold X. So yeah, skating, like, Snake goes onto 1 foot like that, so just completely silences your footsteps. Can't remember if it's on this one or the next one there's a codec. One of the cargo elevators. Again, Master Miller is giving us all the best information and certainly not misleading us in any way. There's like a gun turret here. Sometimes it will just activate now and start firing during this cutscene. But I don't think it can quite hit us. There we go. And yeah, if it fires at you like that, you just know you can get underneath it. So it gave us a codec on the way up. It's going to give us one on the way back down as well, because it's just so generous like that. I'll try and actually check the clock this time and make sure I get the timer right on the PAL keys.
But yeah, this run's pretty optimized. I mean, unless we find out more glitches or something.
Yeah, current world records by D-Limes, and his run is unreal. I mean, there's time save in there, obviously, but it's just minor. There's no. The difference is really going to come down to like the rat RNG, so it's hugely optimized game. I didn't check it. 46:05.
At least we get a cool soundtrack.
Yeah, the music in this game is fantastic. During this time, you can normally like go pick up ammo and things like that you might need, but we pretty much have everything for the end game now.
How long have you got to wait?
1 minute. But I'll wait a little bit extra to make sure I've got it. It's 46:05 when I have to move again.
Oh, that's the time you need. I thought you were saying that was the time you changed.
So yeah, we're good. So this last PAL key, once we take it back, we'll deactivate Metal Gear Rex and the game will be completed. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
We foiled the terrorists. So at the start of the game, you get 2 main mission objectives. One of them's rescue Donald Anderson, the DARPA chief. Failed. They're both dead. And the other one is find out if the terrorists have nuclear weapons and stop them if you can. So hopefully we can go like, 50-50 on their main mission objectives, and then we'll be half a good spy.
Half a good.
Yeah. We are 50% decent. Nice cameras though. Happy with that. That gun turret's a nuisance.
So yeah, I believe all we need is chaffs and Russians, right, for the rest of the game?
Yeah, and
pretty much.
Some Stinger missiles which we pick up
Yeah.
each time we go back and forth to Rex's lair.
Oh yeah, is that RNG, those spawns?
No, after a certain time they'll come back. So the first time you go out to get the blue card, they're not back, and then the second time they are back. And then this time they'll be back on the way back as well. Again, Naomi, cursed.
She got pointy chin, didn't she?
Rude. No, I'm just kidding. I hate her.
She looks so serious.
It's a serious game, serious themes.
Sorry. She's not happy with you.
Well, I think she's been arrested at this point. I'm not sure. Story, it's really straightforward Metal Gear, right? Like.
Bloody hell. It's long, isn't it?
Yeah, every time you see her.
Wow.
She just wrote shut
There
up.
we go,
won't
she's
she?
gone.
No, now she's been arrested. We arrested her for having extremely long codec calls. Run, it just won't happen. Like.
Yeah, it's going fast anyway, so.
I've got 3 out of 5. I can pick 2 up. Rations. I can pick 2 more up, like in the room where we put the cards in. So that's fine.
Yeah. Also, after every boss, you get more health, but you also get ration capacity upgrade.
Yeah. So every time you level up.
Yeah.
So at the start your capacity is quite low, and then it just goes up every time you rank up. So I'll get that Stinger ammo as well. just love climbing up Metal Gear X. So I'm going to escape past this guard one last time. Hopefully don't take a shot off him as well. If you get shot during room transitions as well, it does actually do damage. So you can die to it. There we go. We've done it. We've foiled the terrorists.
Nice. GG.
But oh no, Master Miller. He's got his ace in the hole. I'm sure most people know, but Master Miller was Liquid Snake the whole time.
Crazy.
And now he's going to try to kill us.
So now we have to call Articon.
Yeah, we're going to call our friend to come help us out. If you call him, normally that call will come in, normally that call will come in anyway, but if you ring him straight away, it happens sooner. I love the sound that it makes when Liquid runs off.
Right, and now we've got a fight.
Yeah, big fight with Rex. No cheating on this one. Gotta do it legit.
So the idea of this one is Chuck loads of chaffs, so he can't do anything, basically. And then
We just have them anyway, so yeah.
So yeah, for this first one, he just can't do anything with chaffs.
Ah, too soon.
Yeah, you have to do like, you have to get good timing with the stinger shots because there's like a little bit of iframes.
So unskippable cutscene with the ninja, who we haven't seen once during this entire game because we've been skipping things. But he's going to protect us from Rex, or he's going to try.
Taken from the battle. I can't do it. Neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying shadow.
So it's unskippable, this part. Then we get Rex phase 2.
Soon it will finally end.
So yeah, phase 2, you're just gonna tank all the hits, or?
You can do. You need to run forward because it changes the kind of attacks that he'll use, essentially. How many stingers have I got? 7. Should be fine. So you're just waiting for the iframes to come off so you can get past. And then you just sort of time your shots, tank rations the whole time. The fight's pretty straightforward. Plenty of time to be lost on it, like. Normally there's on most versions of Metal Gear Solid, there's a cutscene here that's 2 minutes that's completely unskippable, and that's why we use the integral version. It's for this section, literally here. Now, the Liquid fight, the fist fight with Liquid, there is an infinite, but on PSTV, or certainly mine, on both my DualShock controllers, it will just occasionally drop input. So I'm going to go for it, but I probably end up fighting him normally.
Yeah, it's really hard. But of course saves a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, you can just.
You just have to get really good timing.
If you win, you might still be able to save.
If I don't mess this fight up, we should get underestimate. So let's hope for the best. Yeah.
Could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. If you cross this line, you fall. At this height, it will kill even you.
No pressure, eh?
Why are they both shirtless now?
It's just more intense that way. So it's just dropping every time, like every time I punch
it's really hard to do.
For it.
Yeah, a lot of players don't even use audio for this part because the timing's so hard.
Just gotta try and do as much damage as I
Yeah, that's
can.
the idea. You basically do that for the whole entire fight. It's just really tough.
Right, I'm just gonna fight him normally.
Yeah.
Nice shot!
I can't even duck because it'll just drop the input every time. So normally when you can like punch, punch, duck, but it just keeps dropping the input, so
Yeah.
I don't even get the crouch. PSTV cursed.
Yeah, you have to be careful this fight because he does quite a lot of damage, and his health goes down quite slow.
And you must get like a kill shot at the end, so you've got to knock him off.
Yeah.
It's going to blow! You're out of time!
Yeah.
So
now
when he
it's
does that, you
starting
can
now.
duck. So
Yeah.
there's quite a few of his little moves you can duck under. So I don't really want to be knocking him off now because it takes him time to get back up again.
Hurry! You're out of time!
Right, one more, we should be fine. Tried to move away because I knew I couldn't knock him off from there.
This could be close again.
Nice.
Got him.
There we go.
Yeah, so every time I was trying to like duck under his punches after I'd hit him, it was just dropping the input. I was getting no X input, so it's getting sparked.
Hurry!
And so yeah, we submitted to the torture, so we escaped with Otacon, who is a good driver, unlike Eva and Metal Gear Solid 3, who's a terrible driver.
Darn!
So we just wait here and then we want to grab this guard.
I got him!
You know, he should just learn to drive himself, and then he'd be right.
I got it! Snake, jump in! Snake, hold on!
So most of the time for the end, we just want to spend as little time as possible at the checkpoints and get through them.
Yeah. So the idea is you have to kill the guards to progress. Basically.
Yeah. So they thought, right, Snake's escaping, how can we stop him? Let's set up checkpoints and stand next to explosive barrels. This is a great idea. What could go wrong? And these are genome soldiers that are supposed to be way smarter than like the average person.
Here they come! Damn, you can't get through! Snake, you gotta clear a path!
So every time you shoot the guard, he'll sort of stutter, so if you fan between the two of them, it's a lot faster. It stops them from shooting you and it's quicker that way.
Snake, it's not over yet!
You gotta ask how Liquid is alive after you fired multiple stingers at him. And then, what? Punched him off the top of Rex.
Pretty sure you just shot him in the head about 5 times as well.
Yep. Just doesn't die. I don't know what, I've never seen this happen
Whoa.
before.
That was weird.
I've never seen
I've
that
never
before.
seen that.
What was that?
Like, must have been a glitch, I guess.
Yeah. So time's coming up really soon. As soon as the whiteout happens, I'll call it out. I've never seen this fight last this long. I must just be doing it wrong. There we go. Okay. As soon as the whiteout happens, that's time.
Nice.
Few mistakes. The odd mistake.
That's what makes it interesting, though, isn't it?
Yeah. If you want to see people who are much better than me at this game, MetalGearSpeedrunners.com. Join us on the Discord. Follow Mr. Silent Vid on Twitch. He's just started running this game and he's getting very good at it. And thanks very much for watching.
The training exercise, all of it.